Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It is Sunday, August the 12th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. Yeah, I'm putting this movie out a little bit, or video out a little bit later than normal. Oh, busy day, busy day. Yes, I did go shoot some pool. Then I had to pull apart the brakes on my Ranger 4x4 pickup. The rear brakes, I last week or a couple weeks ago when I went to shoot pool, I came out and the left rear wheel cylinder was leaking. So I had to do some wrenching. Anyway, I hope you're not doing any wrenching when it comes to money and risk management. You should have that down by now. It shouldn't need too much adjusting. So for the month, okay, look at this. Look at what we've got here. The yen is in that lower wick zone. Already popped out, stuck its head out a little bit there. Let's see, we had a low 0.106. We're at 0.29 right now, so you can see there's a few pips to be had on that monthly low breakout, the previous month's low breakout. And you can see here, we haven't filled the gap yet. Okay, so that's something to think about on the weekly. And you see we entered that weekly wick zone and then we turn right around and exit it. See, we're 20 pips off the bottom. We're 21 pips below that low. So there's a potential about 40 pips on that very simple trade there. It's all your fault if you didn't take it. And you can see here we've still got gaps to fill, gaps to fill, gaps to fill. Look at that. Wow, look at the euro yen. Let's look at the euro yen. Yeah, there's got to fill that gap. 40 pips off the bottom for you rats out there. Look at that range so far. That's the daily range here because today is Sunday / Monday, depending on where you are. But that's a lot of range. Might look to play that going the other way. Keep that in mind. Euro yen, 72 pips to fill that gap. And on the daily, we can see here, outside that wick zone again, it just, every day, it's the same thing. We see how this works. I mean, it's not that difficult, you know, it really isn't. And there's that euro yen right there, 108, 64 on the dollar yen. Nice movement. Nice. And it's Sunday / Monday, depending on where you are. But, that's a lot of pips. And the buy zone. Okay, we open below the daily pivot. Fading that pivot. Would have been a nice payoff. Didn't quite make it. Look, once here, we hit the sell zone. Look at those. Those trades were profitable both times. And the rat zone, we're right there. Randy real time, a rat zone trade. If you want to go long, well, let's see. Daily, weekly, monthly's red. But you can see here, H4, H1, we've got green. So you can just pretty much just trade what you see. You guys know that. I don't have to tell you. At least I shouldn't have to. Once again, there's the pivot. Up here's the pivot. Almost got there, but it didn't. So see, right now we've got a missed pivot. Now we've seen this before. It might take a few days. Chances are this pivot's going to be taken out. And looky here, looky here, looky here. 3 ball, green at the line. Need I say more? I don't know why people struggle like they do. Well, actually, I do know why they struggle like they do. Because they're not using my stuff. Nah, I'm only half kidding, maybe a quarter kidding. But no, they're just being way too complicated. I mean, this stuff is just so simple. I mean, price goes up or price goes down. I mean, why is it so hard? I just don't get it. I mean, I remember when I first started trading Bollinger Bands and RSI and MACD and stochastics. I mean, that's basically chart voodoo. It's what I call it now. You know, you might as well get out the tea leaves and the what's the other one? The Ouija board and there's the I Ching and there's something else. I mean, come on. You know, you might as well, sacrifice lambs and chicken blood and stuff too when you use all that nonsense. I mean, hey, if it works for you, then by all means, go for it. You don't have to trade the way I trade. I'm not trying to force my opinion upon you. You clicked on my video, so obviously you wanted to hear what I had to say and see what I had to show you, right? But I mean, it's just too funny. I just have to laugh. I mean, really. So, I mean, I just love the idiot mode here. It just every time I see it, it just cracks me up. And okay, here we go. There's the daily low right there. You know, you fade that gap, right? That's you fading that gap. Look at that right there. Actually, something's. Let me check. Something doesn't look quite right. This says weekly gap. Oh, I was looking at a daily chart. Never mind. See. Because see, there's the close right there. So we faded the gap. We didn't quite close it, but there you go. I mean, and if you look here, the monthly open, look at some of these numbers. 617 pips, 534 pips. I mean, most of the pairs are red, very few green. Oh, we got a couple of euro pairs green for the month. We got the pound New Zealand. Let's see. Euro New Zealand, pound New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand. You see a trend here? Yeah, the New Zealand dollar's just taking it on the chin. Look at that. And the wick zone, okay, I'll say it. Price doesn't like staying in the wick zone. I mean, it actually opened below the wick zone, pulled back in, and you see what happened when it came out. And we've got the holo set up here. We put in a lowest open, moved up nicely, is heading back down. Inventory reduction bars. You can see we put one in here. There was a long, some pips to be had. And once again, people, simple price action. You see price broke out, made a new high, came back. There's your stop loss right there. Or, you know, you lock in that profit. Hey, you don't know what's going to happen next. And in this case, you'd be happy that you did. Just remember, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't get mad because you made a decision and then it continued your way, because it could have just as easily gone the other way and then you'd be happy. Get rid of those emotions. It doesn't matter. This is trading. It's all about the Benjamins, right? You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but hopefully at the end of the day, you're going to be standing with a lot more Benjamins than you started with, right? Right. Okay, what do we got next here? We got the daily, weekly, monthly, open, high, low for the previous. Remember, I took off the current because it just seemed to be clogging up the chart. But once again, here you got the monthly open. You have the daily, weekly, previous open. Or I'm sorry, this is the low here. Then you had the previous month's low right there. You see it shot above. Oh, struggle, shot in and then back out. And that means it's out of the monthly wick zone. Yep, see, wick zones work on all the time frames. And you can see since I've turned the computer on, price is just meandering. We don't really have much doing here. And right here, the Einstein lines. I just think this is too funny. You know, once again here, you just take that short and you pick up, you know, a handful of pips. Or you could have stayed in it. It got close. You could stay in it if you want. You know, that's why I use this, so it tells me what's going on based on the bid and the ask. So you can see here the ask is below that highest bid right there, so now you know it's selling. So if we can get the bid, oh, we just had it. It went above just slightly the valley of the ask right there. See, now we're waiting to see. Okay, now if it drops a little bit more, we'll be selling. Nope. We're still waiting. They're trying to decide which way to go. But anyway, fellow traders, I will let you get on with your week. Hope you have a good week here. Hope you're having a good month so far in August. And just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So let's go drain the banks.